back. So today I'm gonna be filming for you my February favorites. I have a couple of favorites that I've been loving this month. Some that I'm sure you've seen many times in my recent tutorials. I feel like a lot of the stuff I've done that are my favorites I've used in tutorials recently. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys everything from foundation to lashes to palettes to everything in between. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first we'll go ahead and start with face products. So one of my favorite products this month has been the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I got this I think last month and I really have been loving this stuff. I usually go ahead and I'll put all my primers on. I'll go with my regular primer and then I always put down a pore minimizing primer, and then I'll go ahead and spray this all over my face and then go with my foundation. And I just love the way that my foundation looks just throughout the whole day. I feel like I've seen such a beautiful difference in my skin and the way that my makeup looks from using this product. It is a bit on the pricey side because it is Tatcha, but I feel like I don't use this every single day, but when I want to have kind of a nice dewy and glowy finish to my skin, I always go ahead and I spray this all over the face. And like I said, it has been my favorite this month. I think it's probably going to be a product that I will continue to purchase forever. So this is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Next for foundation, it is one of my favorite foundations that I have in my collection. I actually talked about it in my beauty favorites of 2015, and it has continued to be my favorite foundation without a doubt. And it is the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. I don't know what it is about this foundation. I just absolutely love it. I actually bought it in another color this month because I have a natural beige. Yeah, this is light beige, but I have natural beige, which is the darkest color for when I just put my tan on. So I always know, I always go to that color. I always go to that foundation because it matches perfectly with my tan. But I went ahead and got another color this month because I just seriously cannot get enough of this foundation. It just wears so beautifully throughout the whole day. There have been many days recently where I have just been out all day, and this is just always the go-to foundation for me. I love my Nourish Sheer Glow. My Becca Aqua Luminous is another one that I wear all day, but this is just the go-to foundation for me when I know I'm gonna be out all day. I'm not gonna be able to like go in a mirror 50 times in the bathroom and touch up, you know what I mean? Penny, we don't chew on our blankets. You lay nice on your blanket. What a good, I love you. How I look, like I'm not gonna be able to have any touch-ups that day. This is just the foundation that I always go to. I feel like it makes my skin look beautiful. It doesn't crease, it doesn't move at all throughout the day. It stays on my skin so beautifully. So it is just one of my favorite foundations. I think I just need to get every single color that will suit me for when I'm like my tannest to when I'm my lightest. It's just my favorite foundation. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Another face product that I will talk about is this blush. This is by Milani, and this is the Baked Blush in Luminoso. I know this is a go-to favorite of many. I know that this is jeez, I can't open it. This is a blush that everyone in the world in makeup has ever talked about as being one of their favorite drugstore blushes, and I've had it in my collection for a very, very, very long time, but I just feel like recently I've been using it like crazy. I always am a fan of orangey, peachy blushes on myself. They're actually one of my favorites. Either I'll go with a very kind of neutral blush like Buff by MAC, which is what I'm wearing today, or I always like to go in with a peachy, orangey blush because I feel like it just looks so beautiful on the skin, especially when you're doing like an eye look like I have today, which is nice like with browns and goldens and bronzy colors. I love adding either kind of a neutral blush like Buff, or I love adding a color like this. It's so pigmented. It leaves a beautiful, beautiful color and glow to the skin. So this has definitely been one of my favorites this month. So this is the Milani blush in Luminoso. And one more face product that I will talk about is actually something that's been around for a while, but I got it at Christmas and it took me until this month to finally use it. This is the Marc Jacobs Instamarc Light Filtering Contour Powder Palette, and I got this for Christmas, and I recently just like broke it out. I was like, oh, I haven't used this yet, and now I'm completely obsessed with it. I love, 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 love this contour powder. I did use the yellow shade a little bit under the eyes today, but for the majority of the time I've been using it, I've been using the contour shade. It's a beautiful shade. I'm wearing it today as well. I actually went in with MAC Give Me Sun to bronze the face, and then I went in with the contour powder to contour my face a little bit more. But it's a beautiful, it's like the perfect contour shade, I feel. I wanted to go ahead, like I said, I wanted to change it up a little bit and try something different, so that's why I went ahead and got this, because I use like crazy my Kat Von D contour shade light palette, which I love. It's my favorite, and I continue to wear it and use it on a daily basis. And I just love it. I love this powder. I think it's very creamy. It's very nice, very, very blendable. The yellow is very nice as well. I feel like it's a really great shade. Again, I used it under my eyes today, and I love the way it looks in pictures, and you know, I could just go on and on about this palette. I really do love it. So this is the Marc Jacobs Light Filtering Contour Palette. This is in the shade 40 Mirage Filter, for those that are curious. One more face product, which is kind of like an eye face area. You know what I mean? My next product is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. You guys know how obsessed I am with my brow wiz, and then I fill my brows in with my brow powder. So when she came out with the brow definer, I knew that I needed to get it. My color is in soft brown. I actually used it on my brows today, and I feel like with this brow definer, it is so easy to create the brow. I feel like I have cut down on the time that I do my brows in like half from using this product. I just feel like it just is it's so nice and creamy. Like it just literally goes right on your eyebrow. You don't need to tug, you don't need to pull or anything like that. It just is so easy to create your brows with this pencil. I'm gonna continue to buy the brow definer. I love it. I also still use my brow wiz, so don't like think I just threw that out completely. I still use my brow wiz because I don't know what the problem is. Thankfully, I've got this brow back on track, because in one of my last tutorials, it was just like freaking me out and I couldn't get a handle on it.
Brow! This brow! Oh my gosh, I can't, I'm just leaving it. I can't do this! This little brow. What is wrong with you, little brow?
Because I don't know why, but something happened where I have like no hair in this one area, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, what the heck happened? So even though I use my brow definer, I still do go in with my brow wiz and just use that to pencil in that area a little bit, just to make it look like there are some hairs there, because for some crazy reason, all my hair is like gone in this one area. Like, it's so weird, it's so random. First world problems, right? Like, I am ranting about my brows, and like, I'm so weird. If that is the worst thing that's happening in my life, I'm doing real good. I am just so in love with this brow definer. So like I said, this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and my color is soft brown. Next, the two eyeshadows that I want to talk about, I actually used in my minimal everyday makeup tutorial, because recently this month, I think I've worn my makeup like seriously every day this month, because I've just been busy, things have been going on, I've been filming, and the two shadows that I have been loving, like I said, that I used in that tutorial are these two shades down here. These are by Makeup Geek, and these are their foiled eyeshadows in the Spotlight, and then this one is in Grandstand. I love these shadows together. I love In the Spotlight on its own. I actually have two of them. The one is upstairs in my room on my desk actually. But I love the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows. I also have one in Houdini, which is another one of my favorites. I've used it so many times. And then I have this one, which is in the shade Fantasy. But in particular, these two this month have been my go-to everyday ones. I actually also did my sister's makeup over the weekend, and I used these two on her as well. I did that same tutorial on her, and I just feel like it looks beautiful on everybody. My sister has blonde hair with blue eyes, and I'm brown with green hazel eyes. So these colors just suit everyone. The only thing that I can say negatively about these is I have had these for so long, and then I recently saw that I guess I just like put my palette in the wrong way in my vanity, and the way that these are created or formulated, the pans are you have to be really careful with them. I actually got this In the Spotlight from them, and it came shattered, and they actually sent me one. I mean, their customer service is amazing, but this Grandstand is actually like coming out of the pan, and I have to kind of press it back in. So I do have this palette sitting on my vanity currently, just so that nothing happens to these shadows. So that's really the only negative that I have about them, but it's not that serious. Just make sure that when you have these shadows, you're careful with them. These are the Makeup Geek shadows in the Spotlight and in Grandstand. Another one of my favorite eyeshadows from this month is by Colourpop, and this is in the shade Hammered. I recently used this the other day, and it was probably one of my favorite makeup looks I've ever done. It's such a beautiful green. I love personally wearing greens on myself because with the green eyes, it really just makes your eyes pop. And so I have just been so in love with this shade. Oh, I dropped it. I love all Colourpop shadows, honestly. I actually want to do more tutorials with them because I do have a good amount of shadows, but I feel like I don't use them as much as I would like to. So I will be doing more tutorials using these kind of shadows for you guys because they are inexpensive. I think a shadow is $5. And so Colourpop is just amazing. I'm also gonna leave on the bottom of the screen or somewhere on the screen for you guys the brush that I use when it comes to doing Colourpop shadows and putting them on your lids, because I've gotten many questions about that. You have to use a synthetic brush in particular to use a Colourpop shadow. You can also just use your finger. You don't need to use a brush, but a synthetic brush is gonna pick up the pigment and the shadow better than any other brush. So I'm gonna leave the brush down below. So this one in particular that I've been loving this month is called Hammered. Hammer time. And last but not least, I have two lashes that I've been loving this week. Two lashes that I've been loving this month. The first one are by Blinkng Beaute, and these are in the shade number 2. They're actually upstairs on my desk, so they're not here, but I will put on the screen pictures of me wearing them in makeup looks. They are just so beautiful. I feel like they're great everyday lashes, but at the same time, they're great for smoky looks. I think they're full, they're gorgeous. I have just been using them like crazy this month. I actually need to buy more because like I said, they are just so beautiful. So these are the Blinkng Beaute lashes in number 2. And then the other pair of lashes that I've been using like crazy this month, and I wear them in my everyday makeup tutorial again. They are the Ardell Natural Wispies. I love these lashes. They're very minimal. It doesn't look like you're wearing lashes, but they're very full. They're very wispy, and they're just my favorite lash to wear for every day. I've been wearing them like crazy. I actually bought like 20 more because they're just my everyday go-to minimal lash to wear. So these are the Ardell Natural Wispies. Okay. So I am really starting to scare myself because I filmed my favorites as you guys are watching, and I'm sitting on my computer about to put my next video up, and I'm like, wait a minute. The whole reason why I was gonna do a February favorites was because of these two products, and I completely forgot about them. So I'm sitting back down and I'm gonna put these two products now added into the rest of my favorites. So here we go. The first thing is this from Becca Cosmetics. I recently did a video here on my channel reviewing their backlight targeted color correctors as well as their concealers. And so this one is in the color Pistachio, and it's my favorite because it is so amazing. When you use a green concealer, it cancels out the redness in your face. So if you have any acne blemishes or any red spots on your face, go ahead and put a red concealer over it and it will completely cancel out the redness in your face. And that's what I've been using mine for this month. I have some spots on my face still from when my skin went crazy recently, and so I've always wanted a green concealer, and so when Becca sent this to me, I was freaking out. And so I went ahead and tried it, and I absolutely am so obsessed with this green concealer. I use it every single day. I use it under my foundation. I'm actually wearing it today as well, and it completely cancels out the redness in your face, because I felt like I was using that Maybelline dark spot corrector for a really long time. I felt like it wasn't covering the spots like I wanted it to. So that's why I was really interested in investing in getting a green concealer, and then Becca sent this to me and I was so happy. I think it's a great investment because for me, I know that the red spots aren't gonna be on my face forever, but as of right now, you know, I'm using this like crazy. So it's always a good thing to have these kind of concealers in your makeup collection, in your makeup kit if you're a makeup artist. It's creamy, it goes on beautifully, and like I said, the foundation on top, it cancels everything out. So again, if you guys are interested in seeing that video on my review, I will link it down below for you guys. So yes, this is definitely one of my favorites for this month. This is the Becca Backlight Targeted Color Corrector in Pistachio. And my last favorite this month, which has been my favorite thing this whole entire month, is this foundation brush by Morphe. This is the Morphe E31 brush. I purchased this brush. As you can see, it's dirty because I used it today, but I purchased this brush because I recently got the LC foundation, which I absolutely love, but I wanted to see how other people applied it. So I went and looked on Jaclyn Hill's page because she's amazing. And I looked on one of her makeup tutorials where she used the LC foundation and she used this foundation brush. So I went ahead and got it, and I can now say that I cannot live without this foundation brush. I love all my other foundation brushes. I have the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki, I have the Makeup Geek foundation brush, and I love all of them because when I use foundations, for the most part, I usually put 3 pumps on my face because I have a very large face. It applies the foundation so beautifully. I don't even need to like work at it. Like I feel like it just applies to my face beautifully. And the second most amazing part of it is now I've noticed that I use less of my foundation than I have before. Like I said, I usually use like 3 pumps, and I've noticed a huge difference from using this brush that now I only use like 2. It's changed my life. I love it so much. Again, it just applies the foundation beautifully, and I find that it applies less of the foundation. So that is what I really love about this brush. So this is the Morphe E31 brush. Now let's get back into the rest of my favorites. So that is it for my makeup favorites for this month. I really quickly just wanted to say one of my other favorites this month is this ring that I got for Valentine's Day. I got it from my favorite little Valentine, and it's from Tiffany's, and I wear it now every single day. I absolutely love it. So that was probably one of my favorites for this month, so I wanted to go ahead and include that here in this video. So that is it for my February favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Let me know also in the comments down below your favorites for this month, because I'm always interested in adding new things to my makeup collection. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.